Hello there, Helldivers. Thornton here. You might be wondering why I've assembled you in Las Vegas. Well, today we're going to be talking about a new weapon mastery lab system, something that's actually going to go ahead and give us a lot more progression systems in the game, which is something I think we can all look forward to, especially with the view of what's coming next to the game. All that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into today's topic. So, if you're ready to learn about weapon mastery, let's go ahead and talk about Helldivers 2. So just last week, Johan Pilstead did a AMA where he answered a lot of fan questions about upcoming content coming to Helldivers 2. And one of the most interesting one was when he was asked about some kind of weapon lab to improve weapons using samples. Once you have them maxed out, they are pretty much useless. And he did respond to that saying, haha, you are close to what we are working on. And I think due to some other leaks that are in the game, we have a pretty good idea of what that could be. Now let's go over that. Astro, a data miner, said he hadn't seen this post on the topic board and then showed us a model of a science officer that is currently in the game files. Now, in the first Helldivers game, science officers were NPCs that were actually on your ship. They gave you some tactical knowledge and information, such as the one right here saying, somehow I feel most at home when we are in deep space. The tranquility of it, the grandness, almost brings a tear to my eye. But everyone knows that Helldivers and their companions don't cry, so that was never going to happen. And interestingly enough, the science officer has a badge saying that they know many things. But my big question is, do they know about the bamboo wizard crystals? Because that faction is going to be pretty deadly when it comes in after the Illuminate. And if the science officer really is at the top of their game, they should know about it, especially as Reddit is removing threads such as Iron Sights that he even missed it in the files with the bamboo wizards. So overall, this seems like a pretty delicate situation. But going back onto the science officer and what we actually do know is that they are most likely going to be in the Truster Ministry of Science faction. Now, here are all the factions of Super Earth right now, which could actually, have their own additional crew member added into the files and added onto our ship with this new update. There's the Ministry of Unity, the Ministry of Truth, the Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Expansion, and Ministry of Prosperity, which we don't need anymore because we are going to take down the Illuminate, Terminids, automatons, which I said wrong, and the bamboo wizards when they finally come in. But it could be pretty cool because the science officers could also give us new ways to upgrade our weaponry. There was actually something found in the files, thanks to AJ, also a data miner, NZKSO. And this is actually called a chem gun right here. Now, it's just a reskinned flamethrower from what it looks like right here. There was an updated model added in after the fact. And this one is a little bit more different. It looks more polished and more finished, but it would be very cool if these things actually came from NPCs that we have with our fleet upgrades and crew members that we can bring on board our own super destroyers. And this would be one of those things where they go ahead and add in more ways and more customization for players to go on and grow. The new ship upgrades was an excellent addition that they added in, and adding new ways to expand upon that definitely seems like something that Arrowhead is going to want to be doing, especially with that found in the files. That being said, we don't have an ETA. We're still waiting on that cowboy armor that Asunder found that seems to be for a future war bond, could be the primal cowboy, but it does open up a lot of different things that we could be seeing. This could also tie into the Ministry of Defense with new types of weapons, war bonds, and new ways to just progress in the game rather than just maxing out your level and unlocking all the stratagems. Having different NPC characters that could work on that would be absolutely fantastic. In fact, we saw a brand new data mine of something brand new called the Orbital Flare, and I'll show it right here. So overall, that looked pretty cool. This is credited to Tier 5 NPC on Reddit, who let us know that its activation is pretty much instantly as soon as it's called on. It's got a 30-second cooldown, unlimited uses, and lasts for 20 to 25-ish seconds. However, this is not the final stage of the stratagem, and everything is bound to change exactly like everything else that's found in the files. Everyone's got to be very clear about that. Does that mean that the bamboo wizards aren't going to come? No, they're definitely coming. Plan plan on it, they'll even pop up in this video randomly at certain times, which definitely means they are right around the corner. But I am happy to see that Arrowhead is giving more player choice and more ways to play the game, and I hope that we do see this very soon. I know a lot of us are still waiting on the Illuminate, but adding more forms of progression is actually going to help a PvE game, in my personal opinion, in the long term. So overall, I'm very excited to see more of this stuff come in. Let me know down below, fellow Helldivers, do you like the idea of a weapon lab system coming to the game? And what would you like to see come next in terms of progression after that? Also, don't forget to check out the video here and here where I cover more news on Helldivers too. And until next time, everyone, thank you for stopping by and keep spreading democracy.